Three, two, one. Good morning from Hollywood. Wherever Hollywood is, good morning to you. I'm just kidding. We are in L Town and K Town, and we're not that far away.
Yeah.
All right. This is the LB hour, which is affectionately known as the Pound Hour. I am the L,
And I'm the B.
and this is the place you need to be.
Yeah.
So if you like us, like it and subscribe, and stick around and listen to us tell some pretty tall tales here and there, By the way, speaking of tall tales, Brian,
Yeah.
do you know any tall tales that from back in your day as a childhood that you remember being? What is the wildest stories that you heard?
Well, Paul Bunyan was a big one. And then there was some propeller head guy that came out of Spirit Lake and terrorized the camp kids. And supposedly, rumor had it he got to the lake in the 90s. Propeller
Yeah,
head. He was
I
hit by,
actually,
hit in the head by a propeller. It stuck in his head. He became brain damaged and murderous and all that. And that was the story they told at all the camps. Propeller head.
yeah. I actually, I've heard of propeller heads, something like that. I'm not sure about where it came about, but yeah, and that was from campgrounds, do you think?
Yeah, Spirit Lake, they had a camp up there. And that's where, but it got to every camp. It got to the point where Propellerhead was pretty much, at every camp. And he was also rumored to be in the lake at one point, but that was more comedy, but still.
Propellerhead was probably Jason, where Jason Voorhees came from.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, I knew a guy, Joe Daggy. He's the late, great Joe Daggy. He had a character called Horace Digby, and he and I always talked about the crazy squirrels that were infused with nuclear waste and became, attack squirrels. So there's rumors of attack squirrels with.
Oh, from Trojan here, when Trojan nuclear plant.
Yeah, from dumping Trojan waste into the lake through an underground tunnel. It was one of those It wasn't a real thing. We knew it wasn't. It wasn't a real conspiracy. It was a fake one, but it was funny.
Gotcha.
Radioactive squirrels.
Yeah, as tall tales. As a child, I too highly enjoyed Paul Bunyan's, and I love that story. The Babe Ox, or Babe the Blue Ox.
Yeah, and there was a giant thing of pancakes or something.
Yeah, actually, I think pancakes should be on the menu when we're done here.
I think he made pancakes out of firewood, out of wood, cutting the wood into round shapes. That there was some rumor or some legend there.
I've had some actual pancakes that taste like wood sawdust, but
yeah,
I think they were called I don't know. They got a lot of fiber in them.
Some of them do.
And they're kind of nasty. The potato cakes I can handle, oddly enough, but
yeah, I might have to do a pancake breakfast tomorrow. That's something we could think about.
Maybe today. I haven't actually, unless you've eaten already. I'm not quite
certain. Well, I could, but I do lunch again at 2, but Saturday's my stock up on food day, eat as much as I can. So.
Well, there you go.
Oh, hey, I wanted to say to the folks out there, I'm going to show them this is the Facebook, LB Hour Facebook. They can go like that. And very good possibility we're going to be running things off of here. So, and our personal pages. So we want everybody to share. If you watch something and like it, share it.
Because right now this is brand new and this is just started. It's got like 19 friends on it. And oh, by the way, what this is, folks, if you see that right there is the latest addition to Friday Night Live, which we did last night, which is pretty cool. We had some great musicians. We had actually Jennifer Johnson was on there. She is kind of a folk type, I'd say folk music type of thing, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we had actually Paul Maurer happened to be here today to set in between there for us, and we appreciate that. But that was pretty good last night. We had like an audience of 3, which was cool because of the COVID thing. We don't want to, do anything out of the restrictions and make sure we're all good. But we had a couple people that were actually there to watch.
Yeah,
So,
it was great. And then I learned a few things, just like I'll go back here. If you watch the opening, we need marks so that because I'm kind of too far back. So we'll work on that. And then we didn't hide our guitar player like we wanted to, but we're working on that. But little things like that, we're getting better. It's a small area and it's hard to work out. So we've already got a new tripod coming that takes up way less space. That'll be good because it's hard to walk around in.
yeah, and I won't hit that tripod next time.
Well, Paul said I hit it, and then I watched the video, and you can't tell.
No, I hit it.
Oh, you did? Okay, I thought he said he thought I did. So I thought
in the very beginning, I think I was, you hit the bottle of beer.
Yeah, I kicked it. He put it on the ground, but we're working on that too. But
yeah, that's funny.
Try not to have beer in there if we can.
Yeah, it's not good stuff, but wine only in that room. I think actually in the.
Well, most people can restrain and have 15 minutes without.
Most can, however, I like to hold it while I talk.
You can, and then whoever's singing. So that's
there you go. Yeah, it's not a hanging place yet.
Well, and when we used to do shows there with bands, I'd have a good hour of cleanup the next morning. I had about 3 minutes, just put 2 things away.
Right.
It's a different crowd because you don't have a crowd,
Yeah.
Audiences get wild. The audiences get wild. So we're not doing live audience at this point.
No, but you've had probably 100, 200 bands come through that house, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Not through the house, but through that set.
I videotaped most of it. So I'm going to go back and kind of count. It's somewhere between 100 and 200.
Well, sometime we should show some of that stuff on here if you want to.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see some of those guys. I'm sure that
little history.
Yeah, and a lot of times these guys have all grown up, and we can add them into the fold and show them what we're doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're
kind of a part of the local music history now. There's always been scenes in the past through time. There were.
Well, yeah. Matter of fact, like last night, the guy that had come over from he happened to come on over to this thing. He does bands and music every Sunday, I think, over to the local.
Yeah.
He brings them on. So hey, we can probably get some more local talent from him.
There's a lot of solo acts too. He's had Joe Robbins and maybe Tony Jones, but then he gets guys from out of town. He has a guy that's a harmonica player, that's a high level harmonica player.
So oddly enough, folks, last night, they opened up the bars and restaurants here recently, and so last night after the Friday Night Live, we stepped over to a bar which was right by the studio, and it was the first time I was in a bar for I don't know how long, really, into a bar, and there was 4 other people there, doing their own little thing. It was odd and very, very clean and just weird, but especially considering the place that I thought we were going to, seemed like a pretty heavy duty place. Like there would have been some
hard scrabble. That's the word we use.
Hard scrabble. Yeah, that's what I would have assumed. But actually, there was like 4 people in there, and they were pretty good people.
Yeah.
So that was good. Pretty clean and it was respectable. That was good. But I actually had a little bit of fun there real quick, and then we got out of there and went home.
The lady that owns that bar down the street, she thwarted a robbery at the corner store, so she's kind of a local hero. And
she thwarted it.
She came in and saw something going on. She went back outside.
Oh, thwarted it.
Made the call. She made the call to the cops without anybody knowing, and they showed up and got the guy because of her quick action. Instead of going in and causing a scene, maybe getting shot, even who knows, or stabbed. She slipped really quickly out, 911, got the address, and they were there within minutes. So.
She apparently has worked or ran a couple of different bars for years here locally, so she probably spotted that pretty quick and was like, I thought that,
Yeah.
Which is cool. Good for her. Yeah, and that bar actually that she owns is called
Scooters.
Yeah,
it used to be the Last Chance because it was supposedly the last bar on the way out of town. But we also have the Lone Fir out there a couple miles.
Yeah, Scooters is that's a good little place. It's a nice little bar. But yeah, that was good. We had a great show, I thought. I mean, once again, we were figuring things out, but the sound was the picture and the sound. I'm telling you now, folks. I know I've heard it from all these other things, but the picture and the sound from the Pro, what is it?
iPhone 12 Pro.
iPhone 12 Pro cam, whatever it is, amazing. It's just it's super cool.
I was looking up stuff for how to hook it into mixers and all this sound stuff, and it's one of them said, "Don't just turn the phone on. If you
just turn the phone on.
Unless you have a lot of background noise, but if you have a nice area, just do it."
Yeah, the kiss method. Keep it simple, stupid, because it was pretty easy to do. You know, except for I can mess up anything, as my dad once said. Son, you can fuck up a wet dream. Sorry, bad words, but that's what he said. And love him to death. That's funny because I had to laugh at that the other day. I found myself in a rabbit hole of problems, and I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Son, yeah, you can F up a wet dream." Yeah,
I could say similar things. We've all heard it.
Yeah, well, that's what dads do. They give you that extra pride that you need so much.
Dads and coaches are kind of linked,
That they are. So what else you got planned for the day, by the way?
Not too much. Not too much. I got a little writing to do. That's coming along well, slow, but just writing a little bit. Probably tinkering with equipment, but the garage is looking good. So. The hourglass stage, as I call it.
Now, there you go. Well, if you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, there you go. There's the pound. I'm gonna pound that thing. Pound hour.
Yeah, I should turn it over to start.
Let's see it. Yep. Yeah, shake it now. So we're got some extra.
Yeah.
But yeah, turn that around. There you go. And we'll watch that counting down there. That's great. My shit said a little.
That's it.
A little closer. A little closer down the.
You can almost put it there.
On the shelf.
Where's it go? Let's just.
I was going next to the excavation point on the shelf.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go. This right here, create it. That's good for everybody. We're creating things.
So are the days of our lives. All right.
Yeah, that's
like the sands of the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Now, I'll tell you what, that means that I actually watched Days of Our Lives as a child. And sorry about that. I have 4 sisters, so I had to watch, soap operas. Every day they come home from school, they put on Days of Our Lives or General Hospital.
Well, a lot of football players watched them in the old days, and now the UFC guys admit to Young and the Restless. So, it's okay. You get to watch somebody else's life.
They watch the Young and the Wrestled?
Young and the Wrestlers. But yeah, they watch soaps, a lot of famous people watch soaps. They're addictive. And I did it was an ABC package. It was All My Children, One Life to Live, in General Hospital, 3 hours.
All My Children.
That was a good one.
To you.
Brad and Jenny.
Hey, so Brian, the next question here is, what was your last photo that you took? Can you show it?
I might be able to. I take quite a few photos. I would say I take more photos in one day than my family took my whole life.
Yeah, I agree. I will agree. I do the same thing. I definitely do. I don't know how or why, but I'm definitely
easy.
I'm kind of a photo guy. Oh, this is my photo I took for you, actually. This is
I took
last night.
It's hard to see, but I got one of your can't see it, but it's a picture of my ID. Yeah, I got one of my ID.
That right there says 400 accounts results for lonnie.knowles@gmail.com or have been blocked or password. So it tells you how many times I've actually tried.
Mine's my ID, my actual license, because I got blocked out for a while. So,
well, I'm a nerd, and I take these pictures at Home Depot. I did mine yesterday because when I go through Home Depot, I do a self checkout,
Oh, there you go.
and I'll often go on the screen and write down how I'm actually doing, but I can't post anything about it right now, so I didn't do it.
Yeah. I was going to say, behind me, the show's playing on YouTube, and I want people to know that they can go to our YouTube and check things out. Let me get a shot of that. LB Hour Productions on YouTube. So this we get a lot of videos. Some of it's just us conversing, but we're building a little bit of a playlist.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's stupid, but some of it's fun, and there's always interesting questions. I pose interesting questions on things, and if you in particular want to write down in the comments what yours are, what the answers are to those questions, please do. We'd appreciate it. That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, like you said, some of it's silly and stupid, but if you look at Joe Rogan's first episode, it's him and his partner staring at the screen, being amazed that they're online. So
right. Well, that's kind of yeah. We're at least not doing that, you know.
They're like, is it on? We're online right now. We're on the web. The world.
Okay. Well, I have another question for you, ladies and gentlemen. Brian, ladies and gentlemen, what would be the worst thing to hear as you are going under anesthesia before heart surgery?
Oh, doctor, they've discovered that your license is fake.
Well, yeah, that'd be bad. That would be bad.
Gotcha.
That would be bad. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a commercial like that they actually did.
Yeah. That's
kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what my thoughts would be on that one. The worst thing to hear before you go into surgery, heart surgery. Yeah, I think you're probably right. You know.
Well, if they said I forgot to take my Parkinson pills, that would be scary. They could start. Yeah.
Yeah, shaking. Yeah.
It's cruel but true.
Brian, what is the most expensive thing that you've broken?
A woman's heart.
I know what, cheesy. I had that line myself coming up. That was good. No,
I broke my sister's sunglasses when I was like 8, and they were $50. So I had to pick berries all summer for that.
Well, yeah, because figure nowadays that'd be worth approximately $875,000.
She was wealthy for a while.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
That's why I don't like wealthy people. Never have because of that. I'm trying to get over it.
Yeah, people can afford sunglasses that you can break. This is no good. Yeah, no, I think we've all done that. I've broken so many things, it's insane. But I think that
have you had stuff broken? Because I had a friend blow up my motorcycle. That was a little rough.
I don't know. I've had my most expensive thing that I think I've broke was a friend of mine and his grandfather took me fishing, and his grandpa gave me this. It was like, I don't know why, because I was a young kid, whatever. But he gave me his like a family heirloom bamboo fishing pole, really long, and it was the really coolest thing in the world. And we were walking into the trees, and I hit that pole and snapped it. Just
oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt pretty bad about that, you know. And I just thought of what actually was the most expensive thing I think of. My dad had a '69 Toyota, or not Toyota. He had a '69 Mustang, and 68 or '69. But it was actually looked pretty darn good. The body was awesome. The engine, he was working on the engine, got that zooped up, looking. I mean, it was just a fast car. And I moved to Seattle with him when I was 16. And he let me use that car to drive to work every day.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I did, I drove that car, and that was it was great. But I worked at a place in Tequila, and I ran to get gas, and I drove around, went to get gas, but I backed up, and when I backed up, there was this giant pole. There was this one little like a 2-foot pole right around the pole, and I didn't see it. I hit that, and I hit the bumper on that car, and it kind of folded in it's an old style bumper, and it kind of broke my dad's heart over the whole deal, and he never really wanted to fix it. So I could have lied to him and had the insurance fix it, but I told him what happened. He just never found the initiative to get that thing going again. So
did you actually go to another school for a while up in Seattle?
yeah.
What school?
I went to Federal Way High School, and I went to I don't know, a couple times. I've gone back and forth there because
it's a big school, isn't it?
Yeah, well, not as big as you think it would be. Auburn was huge, but Federal Way wasn't that big comparatively. And I went to let me think here. I went to one or two more. There's Thomas Jefferson High School, which I got enrolled in, but I never went to. And then and that's in Federal Way, I think, or Kent actually. And then there's a grade school that I went to for once or twice. I went to summer school there.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was a bad boy, that's what I had to do. I had to go.
Oh, okay. Was that for a year?
No, it was just summer school there at those.
Oh, okay.
Summer school at the elementary schools. Yeah.
So you come back to RA Long every fall?
Yeah, every summer I was a bad boy, so I had to go live with my dad, and I would do school during the summer up there. Yeah, but trying to think what the other Camelot. I think the school was called Camelot in Auburn or Federal Way. I don't remember, but yeah, I did some bad stuff, and I broke. That's the biggest thing I broke was kind of my dad's heart when I broke that bumper on that car. So, but let's see here. What do you think you are much better at than you actually really are? Actually, I think we got to that question the other day. So let me.
I think that was yesterday.
What invention doesn't get a lot of love, but was?
Oh, you did that yesterday. We're on old stuff. You got to come up.
No, this is what invention has got a lot of love, but hasn't. What invention doesn't get a lot of love? Yeah, you're right. You do that one here. Greatly improved the world. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, folks. Old stuff here. It happens all the time. I'm getting old. Apparently, the questions are as well. And
well, let's go to what do you want on your headstone?
What do you want on your headstone? I think my headstone will be something simple. It would say, "Awesome, total." I'm just kidding. No. What would you want on your headstone? If there's one word.
Something like "Go on with your life." I might be here for a while. Like, go ahead and head out. I might be here for a while. I don't really like people staring at it. I'm not into staring at headstones. It's weird for me. I know some people love it. A lot of people love it. But yeah, if somebody's staring at my headstone, it's like, go on with your life. Get on with your life. I'm going to be here a while. I can't go with you.
What would be great is if it said Burma shave.
What are you looking at?
Then go to the headstones, look for something else like there was something beforehand, like the Burma shave commercials were. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Or I'm not actually here.
Exactly.
Because people, I know people it's very respectful. They like to look at headstones, go talk to the person, but I'm not into that. It's not my thing, but it works in movies. Didn't Rocky sit and look at Adrian's grave and talk?
Adrian die?
Yeah, and Rocky Balboa.
3?
Rocky 6, Rocky Balboa. He was old and
Rocky Balboa. Yeah.
Died and
that
happens in a lot of movies. In the mafia movies, they're always going, "Hey, Vinny," the dead guy.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, I tend to on certain days of the year and stuff, I'll go out and make sure that I get my flowers to my mom and grandma and all that stuff. I like to do that, I guess.
Well, I need to be open to that, just because I don't like it, I got to be open to it because there might be something to it. I might
Well, it's not something to it, but it's just time respect thing.
Yeah.
Mother's Day. I mean, I still think about her, so I might as well,
Yeah.
go give a tribute to her or her cross.
Yeah.
We have a cross where she was killed actually in the car wreck, so we go out there and keep that maintained.
I like that. That's
it actually it gives people thought because that where she was killed, unfortunately, is a very common area to get accidents, and it's just like it's a crazy little spot out there on West Side Highway actually, and people are always getting wrecks out there. So this kind of gives them a cautionary tale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Without telling a story, it gives them a cautionary tale that somebody was killed here. You need to slow down. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm starting to rethink the whole thing. I'm thinking maybe it is a good deal because it's like the people that do it usually get a good feeling of relief and just calmness and all that. So
yeah, well, it does do that. That definitely does that. It's like one of the best things somebody can do with anxiety. If you have anxiety, the best thing you can do at night before you go to bed is talk to God. You may not believe in him, you may, but either way, the best thing for anxiety is to relieve that stuff off yourself, give it to the higher power.
Yeah.
Or to even the universe. If you don't believe in the higher power, give it to the universe.
What if maybe you don't know what the higher power is? Like, hey, are you out there?
Yeah.
Even ask
Margaret.
Is there anything out there?
Hey, it's me, Margaret, and I'm.
Yeah, that's the one. I was thinking of that. Hey, God, it's me, Margaret.
Hey, God, it's me, Margaret, and I'm bleeding here.
Well, Ellen did that whole thing about calling God on the phone. It was the bit that made her famous.
Really?
It was real sweet. It was beautiful, actually.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know what that.
And then after that, she tortured the staff, but it's okay.
Right.
Got a little rough on the staff. They had the waterboarding was too much. They fell.
So I got a question for you here. What was the most? And I don't mean to drag off of that. I'm sorry.
No.
But what was the most unsettling film that you've seen?
Well, we're going back to old $1 Million Baby.
There you go. Well, that's unsettling, or that was settled. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I tried to imagine. I'm on the way to be the champ. I'm a vegetable. Let's all party.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I'll give you that one. No, that's pretty bad. But as far as unsettling goes, to me, after my last night, I made the comment last night in regards to how I have felt. It's like a Jacob's Ladder.
Oh,
and so I will say the unsettling movie is probably Jacob's Ladder. I would say Jacob's Ladder, or actually, I'm going to do one more than that. Let's see here.
What about Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke?
Angel Heart wasn't, it was not good. I mean, it's a good movie if you want to watch it. It's actually very, very interesting, and I think it's worth watching as a film critic.
Well, I'd almost need to watch it again because there was a little specifics. Because when it's tricky with past and future and death and the elevator and all that, you almost need to watch it again.
Yeah,
it's kind of unsettling.
That's the same as Jacob's Ladder, actually. I wonder if it was the same director.
I don't know.
That definitely could be.
Well, Johnny Got His Gun, where the guy just is a torso and a head and has no arms and legs. That Johnny Got His Gun, that was very unsettling.
Fact, well, there's Boxing Helena.
Yeah,
if you ever heard of Boxing Helena, that's horrific, and it's very unsettling. But I think that I'm trying to think here what this is called. In the Mind of Dark, no, In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness, that was pretty darn bad. It's a great movie, In the Mouth of Madness, but it's definitely I can't remember if that one was crazier and unsettling than Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. I think Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me was probably one of the most unsettling in my head for certain, because I was I don't know, it's just a certain age in your life, and you start realizing I'm not going to tell you. Have you seen it, by the way?
No, I haven't seen that.
Twin Peaks. You never seen Twin Peaks?
Oh
Jeez.
no, actually, I watched the series a lot. I did. You're right. I did see the movie. It had David Bowie in it for a minute.
It did. It did have David Bowie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
That was quite unique. And but yeah. So that was In the Mouth of Madness, and it had the same guy off of, I can't remember his name, but he was the guy off of Jurassic Park, like the doctor, or yeah. But it was very good. In the Mouth of Madness. Matter of fact, you should find. Can you find those movies on here? Can you find them for us?
I'm gonna try. I was trying to find this one with Jake Gyllenhaal, where it turns out he was in this box and he was fighting wars like in his mind or something. It was really weird. Or with his mind, he was fighting wars. It was wild. He's in a box. I'm trying to think when it was. It was about within the last 10 years. That was really unsettling. I'll try to find that one. Which one do you want me to find?
Well, just to show the picture for like In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
And In the Mouth of Madness, or Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
Or Jacob's Ladder. Geez, any of them actually. I just gotta figure out how to do that. I can't do that while we're doing our thing yet. I mean, it's kind of
no, but you're right. It has Sam Neill in it. The guy. Let me show it to you. Sam Neill's the guy you're talking about from Jurassic Park. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. I never saw that picture before, but that makes total sense.
I've had people say that I remind them of him, so that's kind of scary.
A little bit, and maybe a little bit, not remind him. It kind of look like him a little bit.
A little bit. He has more hair.
Maybe. I don't know how old he is anymore.
Well, he did then. But yeah, that looks really.
That top picture to the right, with the book, looks like right there.
Right here.
Yeah, click on that one. That was the cover of the whole thing. Yeah,
that
was
that was a cover.
Yeah, it was unique, and it had. I don't know if it was satanic or what the movie was at the time. It was very, very unique. It's a very unique movie, and if you like movies that are scary, I mean, it was not scary or gory in particular, but all those films I just talked about, Jacob's Ladder and In the Mouth of Madness and Fire Walk with Me.
Oh yeah,
all three of those are not gory films, and they're not really super scary, but they are disturbing, and they will mentally mess with you, make you think, and then make you what. Yeah, and I don't know how I can show you those things, but
well, The Crucible too, that was witch trial stuff. That was weird. Have you ever seen that with Winona Ryder?
Actually, it's funny because I remember the movie called The Crucible, but I don't recall the movie at all. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, there was
I saw it.
This book called The Crucible, but yeah, it was a while back, and it was very unsettling because it was all lies and trickery, and people were getting killed for being witches, and then she was accusing guys in town. It was.
Yeah. No, I don't know. If you guys have any ideas of what the most disturbing films are that you've watched, let me know. And I say disturbing is unsettling that we want.
Unsettling, that's a good word.
It is, because I mean, I think that In the Mouth of Madness, I had to take a serious walk after watching that, and the same as the one with Fire Walk with Me, Twin Peaks. I had to take a mentally checked out for a little while and went for a walk, because my brain, and that doesn't happen very often. I don't mentally check out. I had to on this stuff. It was like, just gotta go in there and shake it all up and figure out what the hell just happened to me, what the hell did I just watch, and in the Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, I will tell you, it shows some very dark stuff, and you've got a small person, I'll say a midget, whatever, and he speaks backwards half the time. So it's you're like, what did he just say? And then you find out who the bad people are and stuff, and it all makes sense kind of at the end.
Well,
No.
this one had Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll show you. Source code, really weird. It was 2011. A soldier wakes up in someone else's
Yeah, I watched
body.
that one.
Ah, it's weird.
That's a pretty good one. I mean, a lot of them are, anything that goes back in time, like now I like Leo, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I do like him a lot. I didn't like Shutter Island or another one he did that was
Inception.
disturbing. What is it called? Deception?
Inception.
Inception, yeah, Inception. That was a mind melt, and I just couldn't get into it,
I didn't like that too much, but I liked Shutter Island. I thought that was clever.
Yeah, I like him. I just didn't like those two ones. I think it was because it was a timing thing for him. He had just done a movie kind of similar to that or whatever, It
Yeah.
was very interesting. So, okay, another question for you. Question number 5025 to B. Okay, what unethical experiment would have the biggest positive impact on society as a whole?
What unethical?
What unethical experiment would have the biggest positive impact on society as a whole?
Let me think about that. That's a tough one. I don't have anything offhand. Let me think here. I'm not sure. I don't have one. You got one?
I'm thinking like a shock therapy to presidents who go out of line. I don't know.
Well, they experimented with shock therapy a lot.
Yeah, I know, but we've had some pretty interesting presidents, and they may need some shock therapy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
An ethical experiment with biggest positive impact on society. Well, if we I mean, it's kind of like you say, like China did this thing where they did all the drug dealers, they killed them. Horrible. But that's the type of experiment they're referring to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like a matter of fact, our experiment right now, we're starting right now, is trying to legalize everything.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting and possibly very dangerous. I mean, that's going to be that experiment is not going to be a good one, probably. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
The war on drugs has been terrible. It actually seems
Yes.
More people do drugs and more because we have rebels out there, plus more police attention has to be given to busting people for having drugs. So yeah, it's like it's just a freedom experiment.
It's true.
Can't get any worse than it is.
Okay, I got another one for you. When was the last time you were snooping, ladies and gentlemen, for you? When was the last time you were snooping and found something you wish you hadn't?
These are tough questions. Usually when you snoop, you find something you wish you had, and I can't really think of anything offhand.
Dirty socks in your son's bedroom.
Oh no, when I was a janitor at this place called Dominion, and I saw that they were rigging the machines to change people's votes, that was a little unsettling. And I was just listening to two people talk about their weekend, and then they got into that.
Funny. No, that's not.
I have nothing. I can't think. Almost every time I've snooped, I got information I didn't want. So
right. That's it. That's the same reason why I don't mind holding somebody's things, money or whatever. It's like I'm never going to think that it's mine. Whatever information that you give me, it's mine. I mean, it's yours. I'm not going to do anything in regards to it. I'm not going to go out and tell anybody about it. I'm not going to hold it against you. Your cash, your valuables, your wife, different story maybe, but but your life is good. I'll do that. I don't. I'm not into snooping stuff really too much. That's not my thing. But okay, another question. Which celebrity or band has the worst fan base?
Worst fan base. I don't know much about it. It might be like, I would say maybe, I'm just throwing one out there. Maybe that band Fish. I've heard a lot of derogatory stuff about the fan base. I don't know much about it, but that's the only one that comes to mind.
Actually, I'll agree with the Fish thing, Mo. I'm not but I know what you mean by Fish. Fish is loved by so many people, and then the rest of the world, 75% of the world doesn't know about him and they don't like him. So it's weird.
Well, I think the Springsteen fan base too is because we like are into him for our own reasons, and we can't understand why other people aren't. So
I think people who are into Springsteen are horrible. I'm kidding. No, I think that people. I'm just kidding. No, people who are into Springsteen actually read the poetry or feel the poetry that he says.
One of the books, like his book his book's interesting. Then interviews with him and his bandmates about life is good. But
he has a lot of poetry in his words actually, and the meanings of his stuff. And people don't. A lot of times people just listen to songs and they like, oh, it's like a pop song. No, he actually has meanings to what he's saying. You know, it's pretty deep stuff.
Our society's devolved now where it's 50-50. You love it or hate it with everything. So Springsteen's fans and Ted Nugent's fans, they get more into him, and then other people hate him more. So everything's 50-50 now. So
yeah, I'm not a Ted Nugent fan. I mean, I think to me, he only had like 2 or 3 songs I knew about at all. So
yeah, but his fans are very rabid now. Everybody's fans are rabid. You're either left or right, and it's because we used to like, I don't care for that guy. You don't hear that anymore. It's like, I hate him. I love him. It's sad.
Yep, exactly. Well, that actually brings me to the next question, which is, what are you interested in? People out there in Facebook, YouTube land, what are you interested in that most people aren't?
Me, the little technical stuff about like what we're doing, videos and live stream and voiceovers. Yeah. I like to, you do this too. You like to guess who that voiceover is when you see a commercial.
Sure, like 100%. Yeah, you gotta figure out who was that, and you hear it again. You keep third or fourth time, you realize it's all just Richard. What's his name? Richard Dreyfuss. I recognize that voice. Or it's Morgan Freeman, of course. If it's
I have a friend now. It's she's a semi-celebrity. She was a child star when I was 10. She's the same age as me, and she shows these pictures of the old days and everything. And she, one year, I remember when I was 10, she got the job of Lucy in Charlie Brown, and I'm like, wow, that gal, the gal from the commercial, she got a big one. She even talks about that. Where she was Lucy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So was she? How much she got? Was it voiceover or
she did the physically? She was on every commercial you can imagine. She was on every show, but she was never the main gal really, but she was on every show. And then when she got the Charlie Brown thing, as a kid, I went, wow, that's her. She's doing the voice of Charlie Brown's sister, Lucy, his friend or whatever, his nemesis. But yeah, that was big time. And she talks about that. It's just funny. I didn't know her name or anything until now. She's a Facebook person, and she actually comments on people's posts. When people comment, she replies a lot.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, and she was Lucy, huh?
Yeah, that's big time.
Yeah, there you go. Well, speaking of nothing, if you were given a PhD degree, but had no more knowledge of what the subject of the degree besides what you have now, what degree would you have to be given? What degree would have to be given to you? In other words, if they give you a degree for something you do, what is it now?
Unusual thought processes.
Well, there's some philosophy on that. Degree on philosophy. And actually, I don't know. Because my philosophy on certain things is very similar, but psychology, philosophy, but mine's actually, I would say, networking and philanthropy of some sort.
You probably could get an honorary with something like that. That's actually sense.
There you go, folks. I'm good. Take a degree and be
I want to
and
show
bullshitting.
I want to show the people this gal and people my age. This is for the old folks here. This gal, she has a page now, and she's active in politics somewhat with animal rights and stuff. But she was a child actress, and she's born the same year I was. But I just remember that memory growing up of wow, that girl's now, Lucy. That's pretty wild. I didn't even know that whole concept then. You know, you're like, oh wow, she's doing the voice, but she responds to people's comments, and she's
Well, that's really super cool.
yeah.
Oh, she got Snoopy on there. That's great. Pamela Ferdin.
Pamela Ferdin. She played guitar as a little kid. It's quite a life. Yeah, she was with some major stars, so that's cool.
That's her right there. I swear.
Yeah, that's Pamela Ferdin. But I look at Marianne from Gilligan had a page that she
passed away, I think, last year.
Yes, her page still goes. Her management team, she wanted her management team to keep the legacy alive. So
yeah, maybe from did she die from Corona? I don't know.
I think so. And then some of these guys that were never the biggest stars, but they were pretty big, and they're on Facebook, and a lot of them will comment. They'll respond and reply. You know.
Yeah.
They're not so famous that they'll get stalked, probably. So.
Okay, question for you, another one here, which is, what smartphone feature would you actually be excited for a company to implement?
Well, I want something that when I go to look at a video and then I can't get it off my phone, I have to turn my phone off. I want it.
I hate that shit, man.
I want a thing to come on just every time we play a video. Would you like it to go away?
Right. Just
that's it. I've had to turn the phone off many times just because I can't get rid of the video. But
drive me crazy.
Well, that's a good.
By the way, huh?
It's a good hat. It's a little shaky here by the table.
Yeah. Well, that's
a great hat.
I was at the hat store the other day, actually, and this hat is, I had to pick it up because
where's the hat store?
Well, it's actually Dillinger's. It's kind of like Nordstrom's or Macy's over in Eastern Washington or in Idaho. But I want to show you, this is a Stetson. I had to buy it because my dad and my grandpa always had Stetsons. They had cowboy hats that were Stetsons.
Yeah.
So I saw this thing, and it was on sale, mind you, and I figured, you know what? I got the LL Cool J going on. I thought, well, I will get my little Kanga from Stetson.
That's good.
Actually, it's more of a golfing hat, and I like the golfing hats, as you guys can tell probably, but just because it doesn't give me too much shade, and but it blocks the sun when I want to, so it's good, you know. And I can be a cabbie over it.
That's a good look, yeah. You might want to do that on the next one. You do the velvet jacket. I got to get mine cleaned. I need a new velvet jacket or even a used one.
Well, maybe just get it cleaned. I need to go to the cleaner. So
yeah, there's a cleaner in town, but
I dropped my velvet jacket actually in the mud yesterday, and
if you go to a thrift store, it's almost guaranteed you're going to find a velvet jacket.
I don't know. I've never bought. Well, I buy jackets all the time. Actually, I buy clothes all the time at the higher end. Used clothes places.
The one I wore last night was $1.88, and then I had a suit jacket that I bought in the '80s. It cost 38 cents, and it was good. It was a nice jacket.
Well, I like to shop at Goodwill and some other places as well. It just it's, you know what? Why not? I mean, even I mean, I buy a lot of stuff, and I have too much stuff, and I give stuff constantly to Goodwill and other places. So why not utilize it? There's no reason in God's green earth why I should be paying $250 for a pair of jeans. I mean, I'm like
jacket for that velvet jacket, like I said, a couple bucks, and then I made probably 2,000 off it doing Austin Powers. So that's
right. There you go. Yeah.
I do want to get the blue one though. We got to look out for the blue, you know, because he wears the blue one in the show, in his movie, that blue one.
Austin Powers.
Hard to find. Yeah, and originally he has that blue jacket, and he wears red once in a
I
while.
have a blue jacket like that. You might want.
Yeah, it's that
I think I do.
blue.
We got a blue and a gold one.
Yeah.
And if you want to borrow it, you're more than welcome to. I'll have to dig it out of my closet here. I've given away a dozen suits last during pandemic here, I think, and $5,000 of clothes in general I've given away. But
Yeah.
I was a little larger, and I've gotten smaller, and then I'm starting to get bigger again, which I don't like. So it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get any fatter than I am right now. But you know, those clothes that go in and out of style, there's no point in keeping them around.
Oh yeah.
But so do you think that children born today will have better or worse lives than their parents?
Better by far. Better by far. I think they will. I think they're learning, and they have access to information early. And once they get used to the overload, I think they'll do really well.
Yeah,
I think I think they'll be less racist and sexist.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I do.
It'll take a while, and they'll have a lot of backlash. People criticize the young generation constantly, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the behavior they're talking about. So.
Right. Hey, so question for you, another one. I agree with you on that, by the way. But what movie quotes do you use on a regular basis?
Frankly, whatever their name is, I don't give a damn is a good one.
Frankly, whatever your name is, I use it all the time. Frankly, I don't, whatever your name is, give a damn. That's funny. Yeah. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. Yeah. No,
I like the one where, hey, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. That's the last line in Casablanca. That's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Don't
That's
get to
right.
use
They
that
walk off into the not sunset, but
Oh,
into the
we're
fog,
not in
right?
Kansas anymore. That's the one people say when something goes wrong. Hey, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Not in Kansas anymore. They do say that. Yeah, but yeah, is there anyone that you say more often than most?
I'll say that one a lot, and
I mean, I still say I'm your Huckleberry now and again.
yeah, frankly, so and so I don't give a damn. I use that one occasionally.
Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry, or I don't know. I quote movies all the time, and I hate to say that because it's just off the top of my cuff, not be able to.
Oh, I do say I'm not a smart man, so and so, but I do know what love is.
But I do know what love is.
Yeah.
So now, see, this is the new phone. You have to smile in front of it.
That's awesome.
And then once your smile opens up, and
yeah, well, I would like to try out the iPhone 12 Pro. So if Apple wants to send it to us, we can use it on the show. We could show all the features. So it's up to them now. It's out of our hands. Xfinity, I did inquire about the iPhone 12 on Xfinity, and now they've dropped my price down $400 already. But that means it's overpriced.
yeah,
Xfinity is now reminding me that I actually looked at their iPhone 12. They go, oh, hey, where'd you go?
Right, there you go.
They seem, it makes you almost feel like you like them. They go, hey, where'd you go, man? We got a deal for you. Yeah, it looks good though. And it has a feature, you got to read it, some sort of, on the lens, it's a light, it'll adapt the light. If you like walk into the dark a little, it'll bring you up. Yeah, that phone's worth actually watching videos about. I don't even have the phone. I've watched 3 or 4 videos about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That picture was beautiful, man.
It was. I like that a lot. That was very nice.
And it's simple. You have no wires to it.
No wires to it. It was insane the amount of clarity that was in there. You know what I mean? It was just. So yeah, that's a cool.
Well, and your zoom was pretty good too. But that's hard.
Zoom it in. Yep.
That, but that's hard.
Yeah, because I was trying to do that a couple times, and that was good. I mean, it worked. But when was the last time you felt like you had a new lease on life?
A new lease on life. When the shutdown occurred, because when the shutdown started, I had a whole new lease on life. I had to start things over because I just lost my job 2 months before. I was kind of bitter about that. Then that bitterness went away the minute we got isolated. I went, oh gosh, there's bigger problems than mine.
Right.
Figure some stuff out. I got to be nicer and not such a know-it-all and a pushy bastard. And
No, yeah. I agree. I agree with you. You pushy bastard. I agree. I'm kidding. No, I get it though. I understand
Sylvester Stallone called me pushy. That's a pretty good claim to fame.
Yeah, there you go.
Pushiest man in America called me pushy. So
yeah.
Donald Trump calls me a liar, man. I've made it.
Right. There you go. Well, yeah. As far as my last lease on life, I think was probably, I would have to say, after my stroke, obviously.
Oh yeah.
After my stroke and after my few months in the hospital there after that, and getting out of the hospital from that gave me a new lease on life. I will say, actually, just having the stroke to begin with, it shuts, it's that power grid, just shuts you down, and all the power goes off, and they try to turn it back on and see what wires are actually still connected and which ones aren't. Very, very hard to do. And
well, so the pandemic to you was not the same as it was for like me. I'd never encountered the stroke thing or anything really bad like that. So that was, whoa, you're probably like, okay, everybody's in the same boat now. We're all dealing with something.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, you're extremely social too. So to lose out on the lunches, dinners, meetings, events.
Yeah. And the networking. Yeah. That's so the new lease on life for me was, that's the stroke. As far as this other part, I'm not going to say there's a new lease on life for me yet because of the pandemic, because I'm still, and I know it will be though, but I would say that right now with my stupid social Facebook and my social media stuff, so I'm having issues on. When that's resolved, I'll have a new lease on life as well. But currently, I'm still dying. I still feel like I'm dying. It's just like, wow, come on, people. That's the weirdest thing in the world. It's just like, oh man, that's the.
Well, yeah, that will be a new lease on life when you get back on your page.
Well, yeah, and I'll just start, making political puns everywhere or whatever, so they can shut me down. I'm kidding. I won't do that. They don't do that anyways. But having the inability to get into your stuff is pretty bad. It's like sitting there. You have a Ferrari outside. Someone walks off with their keys. You're going, wait a second, I want to drive this car.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm out of milk. I need to go to the store. That's the only car I have, and somebody else took the keys. That's kind of how it goes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can walk to the store. There's no other way for me to get through this the social media stuff. Redonkulous. Absolutely. So my new lease on life will be, I would say, I've had it a few times in my life, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
People I meet actually give me a new lease on life. I feel that way often.
So when you get back to being able to use this page, I posted a video to your page, and other people can. So you better watch out for that.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. It's been now 5 days since you posted as far as Facebook. So
there you go. 5 days. I posted. It was such a good post I made last time.
A lot of good posts.
They just
you had a good day of posts, and then it all went away.
It was.
Maybe that was your peak, and they said you've done it all. We're gonna shut you up.
There you go. It wasn't that great, but it was. It got some views. I mean, people enjoyed it. It was one of those.
A lot of good posts.
The pictures I took out of Boise. Pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I like that freak alley they have over there. It's a lot of artistic ability right there, and just the top of the. I mean, I don't know why we can't do something like that here. I mean, I don't need do a freak alley, but
I got a freaky alley. If you want to see it behind my fence, there, we'll check that out.
Well, we've talked, exactly. We've talked about murals around here, but over there, everything is murals. The whole street is our alley.
Yeah, very cool.
No.
Well, we're over an hour, I believe. So.
Are we over an hour? Well, then I won't go to the next one. We're good at the moment. But let's pound out of here then, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I'm on hour. We're gonna streak. Maybe it's time for you to break through. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
Ready?
One,
two, three.
Oh, we go to the fist. 1, 2, 3. I got you.
No, I'm changing.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. You got me.
Well, I'm gonna head out and get a hold of me right after this.
I think that's 6 days in a row. And folks, thanks for stopping into the Pound Hour with the L and the B. And we appreciate you stopping in. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll have some pancakes.
Yeah, actually, Brian, why don't you
text me right after this? We'll have pancakes.
Okay.